2025 will not be just another number on the calendar list. It will be the year in which the veil of illusions that cover the world begins to tear, and with it, the end of a cycle and the birth of something new, something greater. The number 9, which appears in some of the numbers of 2025, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, is the first sign of all this. In numerology, 9 marks the closing of cycles, accumulated wisdom, the pause before beginning again. And in Christianity, it is an even more powerful number, full of symbolism, divine justice, judgment, and manifestation of God's will on earth. For God's chosen ones, 2025 will be the year of the Great Awakening. The time has come when the masks will fall. The truth will be shown naked and raw in front of everyone. What was hidden will be brought to light. And those who stood firm, who even in the most difficult times did not deviate from God's truth, will be exalted. What seemed lost will now be recovered. And the chosen ones will begin to assume their positions of spiritual leadership. It will not be the end of the world, but the end of an era that for too long was sustained by lies. And in the place of these lies, an era of justice, of revelations, of change is born. God never left his chosen ones aside. Every difficulty, every terror, every battle faced was part of the bigger plan, the strengthening plan. Now the time has come, the moment to recognize those who face the fire, who remain firm in diversity. They will be like refined gold, ready to lead spiritually. As the world crumbles around them, they will remain steadfast, unshakable, with the certainty that they were prepared for this moment. Their time has come. 2025 will also be the year of the great spiritual battle. We are not talking about physical war, but about an invisible struggle, a war fought in the field of souls. The symbolism of Mars, associated with war, now appears in a deeper, more spiritual way. The battlefield will be in people's hearts and minds. On one side will be God's chosen ones, guided by truth and justice. On the other, those who live trapped in lies, in illusions, in ego. The battle has already begun. For the chosen ones, many have felt very strong emotional, mental, and spiritual pressure lately. It's not by chance. The enemy knows that the chosen ones have a much greater purpose, and therefore tries to divert them from the path. But God is with them, and they know that every challenge thus far has been preparation for 2025. And now, with keen spiritual discernment, they can see truth where others see only deception. While many allow themselves to be consumed by fear and doubt, the chosen ones remain firm, guided by faith, certain that in the end, light always overcomes darkness. 2025 will be the year of the collapse of great power structures. What seemed unbeatable and unattainable will begin to crumble. Corporations, media systems, cultural industries, and even corrupt religious institutions that have strayed from divine principles will have their moment of revelation. As it is written in the Bible, there is nothing covered that will not be revealed, nor hidden that will not be known. Luke 12 verses 2-3. What was hidden behind false smiles and empty promises will begin to be exposed. The power of those who thought they were untouchable will be broken, while the humble and righteous will be exalted. The place of those who were at the top will be occupied by the chosen ones, as their mission is to show the people the true light, true justice. As Jesus said, the first will be last, and the last will be first. Matthew 20 verse 16. Those who lived humbly, who did not seek fame but lived in obedience, will be called to lead. God does not choose the qualified. He qualifies the chosen. And now, the exaltation of the humble and the fall of the impure will be the great mark of this turning point. The book of 2 Thessalonians 2 verses 10-12 speaks of a time of deception. They will perish because they did not accept the love of the truth in order to be saved. Therefore God sends them a power of delusion so that they believe the lie, so that all who did not believe the truth but took pleasure in unrighteousness may be condemned. This gives us a hint about what's to come, especially in 2025. Whoever closes himself off from the truth will become lost in his own illusions. You will sink into the lies you choose to believe. And the worst thing is that you will think you are right, as if you were walking in the light, when in reality you are sunk in darkness. It will not be a punishment, but simply a reflection of the choices made. But for those chosen, it's another story. They will not be deceived. They know the voice of God, and they know that the path to truth is not easy. It is narrow and full of challenges. But those chosen are already prepared. Their faith and courage will be like a torch lighting the way through the fog of lies. In 2025, everything that was hidden will come to light. It will not be the end of the world, but the end of an era of illusions. What was false will be destroyed, and what is true will be exalted. Those who hid in the shadows will be exposed, and those who walked in the light will be recognized. For the chosen ones, this is a time to celebrate, not to fear. Every battle faced, every tear shed, every insecurity overcome was part of divine training. God was preparing you for this moment. The time of revelation has arrived, and the justice that for so long seemed distant will be present. Whoever destroyed their life with lies will see everything fall apart. But those who stand firm in the truth will see their foundation solidify. 2025 will be the year of justice, not revenge, as many think. True justice is the correction of imbalance. Each person will reap the fruits of their own actions. Those who sowed lies and injustice will face the consequences of their choices, while those who sowed love, faith, and truth will see a harvest of peace, honor, and abundance. Masks will fall, lies will disappear, and the chosen ones will shine with the light they have always carried. The world may be in chaos, but for the chosen ones it will be a moment of clarity. While many will be lost in fear, the chosen will rise with courage and faith. While others will be immersed in confusion, the chosen will have discernment and wisdom. This is a time of separation between those who seek the truth and those who cling to lies. Arrogance will fall, and humility will be exalted. This is not a cry for revenge, but to establish divine order. And then, dear chosen one, stand firm. The battle is not against flesh and blood. It is spiritual. It is not a visible fight, but the war is within you, in your mind, in your heart. But fear not, you were made for this moment. God prepared you, strengthened you, and chose you. Now it's time to take your place. Don't run away from your mission. Don't hide in the crowd. You were chosen to stand out, to be a leader, not to follow the herd. This is the reason for so many trials. Every difficult moment, every tear was watering the seeds of your purpose. And now, that seed is ready to sprout. In 2025, justice will be established, and those chosen will take their rightful place. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Matthew 5, verse 5. The world is watching, but God is in control. Stand firm on the path of truth. Those who remain faithful will be exalted. Remember, light always conquers darkness. 2025 will be the year in which the spiritual battle will reach its peak, its highest point. And this battle, my friends, will not be fought with swords and shields. There will not be an army marching in the streets. It will be an invisible battle, felt in the hearts and minds of everyone. At the center of this war are God's chosen ones, the spiritual warriors who have been called to be the light in the midst of darkness. If you look at the symbolism behind this battle, you will see that it is linked to the energy of Mars, the planet of war and strength. But for the chosen ones, this battle will not be external. It will be internal, a war of the soul. It will be a fight in everyone's heart. On one side will be the chosen ones, with the light of truth, justice, and divine light guiding them. On the other side will be those who cling to lies and ego, ready to lose themselves in the illusions that the world offers. Many of the chosen are already feeling the weight of this battle. If you are feeling emotional pressure, with an exhausted mind, doubts knocking at the door, and a void of loneliness, it is not a mere coincidence. These are the first signs of the spiritual warfare that has already begun. The adversary, who knows very well who the chosen ones are, has already noticed the brightness of your soul and the divine purpose that you carry. So he doesn't waste time. It intensifies its attacks, trying to divert you from the path of truth. He does not waste energy attacking those who are not important, those who are not fulfilling a greater purpose. In other words, if you are being attacked, it is because your light bothers the darkness. Have you ever noticed that inner voice that says you won't make it? The one that makes you question your strength, your faith, and your own path? So know one thing. This voice does not come from God. He would never tell you that you are weak. On the contrary, he reminds you every day that you are stronger than you imagine and that you already have everything within you to win. The word of God brings peace, confidence, and courage. And when the voice you hear is the opposite of that, you can be sure it is the enemy trying to undermine your strength, to make your mind weaken. The spiritual struggle is a strategic war. The battlefield is your mind, your heart. The enemy tries to plant thoughts of failure, fear, and loneliness, because he knows that if he dominates your mind, he controls your actions. He often tries to isolate you, make you believe that you are alone, that no one cares, that God has forgotten you. But look, that's a lie. God never abandons you. Even in silence, he is by your side. Every difficulty you have experienced so far was part of the divine plan. Every tear, every door that closed, every pain was used by God to strengthen and prepare you. Today you can see what was once a shadow. Pain shaped you, made you stronger, gave you spiritual discernment. And now you have something that many out there don't, the ability to distinguish the truth from the lie. The chosen, those who are truly on the path of light, are not easily deceived, because the Holy Spirit guides each step. And this ability to see beyond appearances is no coincidence. It is a divine tool for you to stand firm even when the whole world is believing the lie. If you feel tired, exhausted, if you're wondering if you're really on the right path, don't be discouraged. You are not alone, and everything you have experienced is part of a bigger plan. Every fight prepares you for something great. The pain you feel now is not defeat, it's growth. Each challenge he faced was another step on his spiritual journey. And now you have something that many still don't have, discernment and unshakable faith. This makes you a threat to the adversary, but also a powerful ally of God. Remember what he has already done for you. He has already saved you from much worse situations. He has already given you strength when you thought you had nothing left, and he will not abandon you now. So, 2025 will not be just another year. It will be the year in which God's chosen ones finally assume their place of leadership. For years, he shaped you, trained you, prepared you for this moment. Every pain, every obstacle had a purpose, to strengthen your faith and make you ready for the divine call. Now, this moment is coming. There's no more hiding. Those who for so long have felt invisible, undervalued, voiceless, will be placed in the positions God had prepared for them. But for that to happen, they need to be ready. Training has already taken place, but improvement never stops. God does not call those who are not prepared. He empowers those he has chosen. If you feel like this message is hitting you inside, it's because it's time to take your place as a leader. But calm down before you imagine a golden throne or a superhero cape. Let me tell you, leading for the chosen ones has nothing to do with status or power. To lead, in reality, is to lead with humility. It's being a lighthouse in the darkness for those who haven't yet found their way. It is to serve the divine purpose and shine the light for those who are lost. And for this, preparation needs to be deep, spiritual, emotional, and mental. God does not call those who are driven by ego, but rather those who have a pure heart.